All right, good morning, guys. We should be up to lesson, I think, 5 now. Assuming you guys haven't had any delays or random closings for whatever reason. Should have just gotten finished with do now. In your own words, explain how issues such as prejudice and discrimination might be approached from a psychological viewpoint, and explain what could be some possible causes behind holding such beliefs. So, essentially, I'm asking you to take everything we've learned up to this point and kind of apply it to the topic at hand. So, I'm guessing some of you guys could have said something like, oh, this person's background, their history, their experience with parents, friends, upbringing, this, that, and the other. Some of you might have leaned towards more biological causes, trying to dive into, they have a chemical imbalance, or that might be this cause or that cause. And so try to keep it very broad, just because it's hence why they call it a practice. There's lots of different possible causes. And if you go and talk to different doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists with the same situation, and depending on their viewpoint, depending on their experience, they might say, oh, it might be this, oh, it might be this, and therefore, prescribe different treatments and or different causes to it. All right, so no notes today. Let's do something a little bit different. You guys will need to get in groups of, I'm looking at about 3 to 4, roughly, depending on the numbers. So just do that real quick, and then you're going to need your notes essentially from the entire semester thus far. So everything from quarter 1 and everything we've done since in quarter 2. So just kind of stay with me on this one. So your task for the day, we talked about groupthink, prejudice, and discrimination over the last couple days. So your task for the day is to essentially try to diagnose these issues. Basically using all the terms, all the knowledge, all the information we've covered so far, and you're going to try to uncover what could be some possible causes to these types of mentalities and or actions. So I'll leave you guys a list of the criteria, but I'll go ahead and read them off and kind of explain them if you guys have any issues. So looking for possible causes and explanations, obviously. So what are some causes of groupthink? What could cause people to get in that mentality, or to hold certain prejudices, or even go so far as to act upon discriminatory beliefs? Also, sources/evidence that support your claims. So due to it just being a class period or so, I'm not looking for anything overly in-depth. However, I am going to be looking for some kind of, okay, why do you say that? Are you just pulling out of thin air, or does it actually have some kind of basis and facts or something to back it up? Possible actions to take on either an individual level or a societal level that would help lessen the problem. So if you're speaking with somebody who has a groupthink or prejudicial mentality, what do you think could help this person? What do you think could help them individually? And then on a larger scale, what do you think could help rid society of this as a whole? So what could we do, like whether it be passing laws, making new rules, changing social norms, whatever it may be? How might we slowly try to phase this out as much as possible? All right, so then right now it should be Monday. Like I said, if there's a delay or something, the days got switched around. Whatever the next day is, the lesson after this, we're looking for about a 3-minute presentation from each group. You guys will basically come up, say, okay, we think these are the causes, these are some causes of groupthink, or this is why somebody might practice discrimination, kind of explain it. And the biggest takeaway from this is just trying to apply what we've covered so far and applying it to these topics. What could possibly lead to having these certain mentalities? And just like everything else in this class, there could be like 50 different right answers. There's lots of different ways to look at it, lots of different perspectives, whether it be biological, social, evolutionary, what have you. So once again, possible causes and explanations, some kind of source, some kind of way to, verify what you're saying, something to back it up. Possible actions to either take on an individual level, so help this one person or help society in general. And then a short presentation, about 3 minutes long, to the rest of the class during the next lesson. And then while one group is up here presenting, those people in the audience will essentially be critiquing. So everybody will have a sheet of paper out, and be going along saying, oh yes, this makes sense, or maybe write down something, oh, this didn't quite make sense, or oh, I have some questions about this. So we're looking for about two things per group. So when you're sitting down, writing down two things. So, something that, yeah, that's consistent, that makes sense. And then one thing, they didn't quite make sense, or, no, I think you're wrong about that. So then, after all the presentations are done, all the groups will have their name on a single sheet, on their papers. They'll turn them in for credit. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, I'll see you for tomorrow's lesson.